Welcome to the Michael Artsis Show. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks so much for joining us. We're really, really excited that we've got such an amazing guest today. Don't forget, you can reach us in our IRC chat just under the video player on beterrific.com/live. You can join the conversation. You can also tweet at us and hit us up on Instagram at BeTerrificTV on both of those. And you can email us, connect@beterrific.com. Our guest today is Clint Oldenburg. He played with the New York Jets, spent some time with the New England Patriots, played with the Denver Broncos, and now plays with Team Madden. Yes, that is right. He is one of the developers and game designers for the Madden franchise for EA Sports. Clint, it's been a while, but it's so good to have you on and to see you. You look great.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Clint, I think it's really interesting. You played a little with the CFL with the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and just when you were about to really get in deep with them, you got an offer to be an intern with Madden, and you decided, hey, let me go down that road. How did you make that decision? It must have been tough.
Well, to back up a little bit, they were kind of running in parallel. After I'd been cut with the Redskins, I didn't have much to do because it was the off season, so I submitted my resume for an internship here at EA with all intent and purposes of going to play football for Saskatchewan that season after my internship was over. It was supposed to be a 16-week internship, so everything was planned, ready to go. And near the end of my internship, probably about 10 to 12 weeks in, right about the same time I had a mini camp with the Rough Riders, the Madden team offered me a full-time position as a designer, and it was at that time that I had to decide whether to become a video game developer or go play Canadian football. And that was a very difficult decision for me. It took me a couple days, but I thought for long term and what was best for me was to get into a career that had some more longevity to it. And so I decided to join the team here at Madden. I retired from football at that same time, and I never actually played or practiced with Saskatchewan outside of that one minicamp.
Wow, pretty amazing. And I could imagine it's a rough decision. I mean, I would imagine that playing football was your lifelong dream. You played at the highest level, and that must have been really exciting. But it's really, usually for guys, they find it very hard to walk away, and it's a very hard decision. But I guess you said, hey, listen, this is a good opportunity for the rest of my life, and it's just time to move on. Were you always into video games, too?
Yeah, I've always played video games since I was a kid. Growing up, had a lot of epic battles with my older brother playing Madden, and it was always something I was kind of interested in, kind of knowing how a game was made, how it was developed, and it just kind of happened to be a perfect storm. Everything kind of aligned. I had just been cut by, for the 7th time in the NFL, I had just been cut. My brother, of all people, actually found out about the internship EA Sports was offering at the time, told me about it. He said it might be something you might want to look into. So I did, put together my resume and a cover letter. Really, at that point, I was like, this, if nothing else, is a great experience just to get a resume and cover letter put together because I'd never had to do that before. So I did it with just that as my only expectation, and they ended up hiring me.
Wow, that's unbelievable. First of all, you look so good, man. You look like you've trimmed down, you've lost some weight. You played at about 300 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. You were an offensive lineman, and to slim down must not have been easy because a lot of guys, a lot of NFL guys, especially guys I'm friends with, they eat a lot when they play. Well, you're burning those calories, and then they continue to eat like that after they stop playing, but they're not burning the calories like that. You've slimmed down. How hard was it to slim down like that?
Well, it's actually, I'm still working on that, still work in process. My highest that I played at was when I was with the Jets. My heaviest was 310, and I'm probably down between 270, 280 now. So I've dropped, 30-ish, 20, 30-ish pounds. But I'd ideally like to be in the 250, 260 range just to be healthy from, my height and my age and all that stuff. But it's tremendously difficult. The hardest part, I think, is just going from a lifestyle where you were paid to work out, you're working out all day, every day, more to a lifestyle where you're sitting at a desk, doing things on a computer for 8 to 10 hours a day. And it's very difficult to find time to work out and do those things. So you got to make sure to keep the mindset you had as a football player, do those things when you get the chance, but still be able to do your new job.
When people said to you before, like, "Ah, I never find time to work out, and it's hard to find time," you probably thought they were crazy, and now you get it. I would imagine. What I have a question for you. I've never asked any former NFL player this, and then I want to get back to Madden and what you're doing today because I love the Madden franchise, and I'm so curious about everything that goes on there. But when you were 310 playing for the New York Jets, you're an in-shape 310. I mean, you can run, you can tackle, you can play an entire football game, you can work out, you can lift weights. You're really in shape, but you're still 310. Are you? You know, if I was big, like bigger than I should be, I'm uncomfortable. And I've been there in my life. I've had to lose weight. I'm completely uncomfortable. Going to the bathroom is hard. You know, laying down, sitting, you never get comfortable. When you're 310 and in shape, are you uncomfortable doing normal daily things, getting in and out of cars, going to the bathroom, stuff like that?
I would say not as much when you're in shape as out of shape, as I can attest to now. But I think the most uncomfortable you get, whether you're in shape or out of shape, is either when you're on an airplane, you're in a very small car, or trying to do things in a position that you shouldn't be in, such as, you know, walking around on your knees or something to play with children or a dog or something like that.
Sure.
Those things are uncomfortable. But I can tell you I'm far more uncomfortable now when I'm out of shape and post football than I was when I was in shape.
Yeah, I mean, being in shape, I guess, always is more comfortable, and I guess we all strive to get there. I think you look great, and personally, I need to shed some pounds myself and get in better shape. And I'm wearing one of these wearables, and it's a Jawbone Up 24, and I'm really excited about you know, these different devices because they kind of motivate you a little, and I've been more motivated since wearing it. Now, I will tell you a funny story real quick. I once had dinner with Justin Tuck, who lived right near me, and we had dinner many times, but one night I gave him a ride home instead of him taking a car service, and I had a Subaru Impreza at the time, and I said, I've got a Subaru Impreza. You know, he said, oh, could I have a ride home? I said, yeah, but I've got an Impreza, and he was like, what's that? I'm like, it's a Subaru. He's like, does it drive? I'm like, yeah, but it's just small, and he was like, oh, no problem. The next thing I know, we're in my car. He's got the passenger seat all the way back, leaned all the way back, and he's over the center console to the point where I'm driving like this. And his knees are up in his face, and I was like, yeah, you probably should have taken a car service. Though I'm having fun hanging out with you. And so I can only imagine what it's like to be in an airplane if you're Justin Tuck or you or anybody else who's a big guy or in these small spaces. It's crazy. All right, let's talk about Madden. I've loved Madden since it came out. I can't imagine what's it like, first of all, having the ability to play yourself as a player. And I don't mean like I can create my own player on Madden, but I mean you being an NFL player, finding yourself on the Jets roster or on, you know, some other roster and being able to play yourself. What was it like when that happened?
Well, the first time it happened was after my rookie year. The first time I was officially in Madden, that was great because I grew up playing Madden, and to actually be in it was cool. I mean, I still have the copy of that game. Brett Favre was on the cover, and that's definitely something that I'm going to show my kids someday when I have kids. Outside of that, once you start playing, I mean, the most fun part of that is being able to do whatever you want with yourself. So, I was always a backup on Madden. I never had the pleasure of starting. And so I would always make myself a starter, and I would always use my, off-season training points in franchise mode and stuff to make myself better and eventually get to the Pro Bowl and those things. So you can kind of further your dreams even more, even when you're in the NFL. It's kind of the same deal as you creating your player.
Very, very cool, man. I can't even imagine that. I think bigger than wanting to be in the NHL and win a Stanley Cup, it would have been amazing to be in EA Sports NHL franchise at the time and be able to play myself or put myself next to Messier or something or trade myself. I mean, just so cool. All right.
Yeah, and the best part about that is in the video game, you can pay yourself whatever salary you want.
That is pretty good. I like that a lot. Talk about building the game now and talk about first what your involvement is directly. What do you do at EA Sports?
So my official title is gameplay designer. And what that means is I work on the gameplay team. Gameplay is the football stuff, everything that happens when you're in game playing a football game. Anything between the white lines is the best way to put it. Schemes, playbooks, techniques, fundamentals, all those types of things. Those are the kind of things I work on. And then as a designer, I'm kind of the creative part of the wheel. I like to call it a wheel because it kind of goes in a circle. Everything starts at the creative. We come up with the ideas that we want to put in the game, the new features. Then we write up detailed design documents so that anyone that, even if they have or haven't ever watched football, played football, whatever, they can understand what we're trying to tell them. Then we give that off to the engineers. Those are the really smart guys, the guys who write the code. They put it into code. They figure out a way to put our football teachings and techniques and fundamentals into code so that our little players in the game can understand what they're supposed to do. Then when they're done, we hand it to the animators. They bring it to life so you can see it happening. And then it goes back to the designer, me, so we can test it and keep iterating on it until it's perfect.
So if I get this correct, your job is to play Madden all day and then tell them how to make it better so that we can all, have a better experience.
Kind of.
I love it. I love it.
Say
no more.
But that's a good way to put it.
No, say no more. I love it. Yes, it is more complicated than that. Do you have a favorite play or a play that works every time offensively? Is there something? Is there a trick you can give everybody or something?
The tricks, actually, we've gone a long way since kind of the Gen 2 days of Madden, where there were a lot of tricks and exploits to eliminate that stuff. So not many tricks, but one of my favorite plays is one of the run plays that I first put in when I got here, which was 0-1 trap. And anytime you're running that play against a 3 technique in the game, it's pretty successful. So that's a great way to start your offense.
I love it. What about the phone? Like, I play a lot of Madden on my phone now. Are you also designing for that game? Are you also giving them tips for that game? And to me, it seems the games are very close. Is that true, or are those games completely worlds apart at this point?
They're not necessarily worlds apart, but different teams do build them. So we have the Madden gameplay console team, and then we have the Madden mobile team, and that's the team that works on the mobile game you're playing on your phone. A lot of the things that are in that game do come from kind of the same engine per se that we use, but they have a lot of different additions and subtractions that they have to make that work on the mobile format.
Okay, I love playing it on mobile because I can play it anywhere. I know that Amazon has the Fire TV. I believe it's on there as well. I'm looking now to see if I can find it. Do you know if it's on the Fire TV or not? And if it is, I guess my question would be, is it the same game as on the console, or are we talking about at that point, we're talking about the game that's on the phone?
That I don't know. I don't know if it's on Amazon or not. I probably should know that, but I don't, unfortunately.
No, that's okay. This thing is brand new. We've been wanting to get one in here, and I mean, it basically just came out for the right before the holidays. So there's actually not that much information on it. I'm actually trying to look this up right now. But so there are other streaming game platforms. If it's on a streaming game platform, I just wonder. I don't know. We'll find that out sometime in the future because we'd love to have you back on again in the future as well. Talk about how hard it is to actually implement things, because I mean, they've got so many plays in these games at this point, and in addition, they've got so many different features, right? Like negotiating contracts and all this stuff. How much of this, I mean, the only thing I see that you could add is nightlife for the players, and deciding where the players should go for nightlife, how that could help their career, and how it can also hurt them, and how staying out too late can also hurt their play. But other than that, I don't know how many other features. I know you guys come up with great stuff and blow our minds all the time, but it must be hard to come up with stuff, right?
Well, not really. I mean, our goal is to make an authentic NFL experience, to make the most simulation-style football game that we possibly can. And so, it's really easy to watch a game on Sunday or Monday, or even go back to my own playing experience and find things that were there that we don't have in the game yet. Believe it or not, there's a number of even just fundamentals, football fundamentals, that really aren't there, that we've done a good job of kind of simulating or making it seem like they're there even though they're not. So there's still a long way that we can take Madden that we haven't done yet.
Really, there are fundamentals that aren't in the game? I've never noticed this. Give me an example of something you might have recommended that we might see in the future.
I don't know. I don't know what we might see in the near future or when.
Or give me one. I know you can't talk about what we don't know about yet, and I get it. I totally respect that, and I want them to be surprised. Give me a fundamental you've added to the game since joining that is in the game now.
Okay, that's a good question. So when I first got here, we had a pass block system that wasn't really built on NFL principles and techniques, and so that was kind of one of my first jobs, was to build a new pass blocking system. And the first thing to back up, when I started designing, I was like, all right, where am I going to start? And so I just said, well, where do the offensive line coaches start when they are teaching how to block? and that was stance and start. And in our game, we call that an initial move. And so I upgraded the stances and the first and second steps of the pass blockers just to get us in the right position before we could even start targeting any of the defenders. So just even little things like that can be added to the game. And I can even give you an example of something that's not there that I want to get there. I don't know when it'll happen, but eventually, is defensive players having knowledge of what gap to fill or when to spill or when to force a play. And we actually do a great job from a playbook level of getting these guys in the right spots. You may not know that they're not doing it correctly, but we don't have a system of defensive gap knowledge on defense. We just kind of simulate it.
Wow. That's unbelievable. I can't believe how realistic you're making this, how realistic it has become. I understand exactly what you're saying with the pass blocking and obviously with the offensive line and how they're pass protecting. I've seen the game evolve, and we forget that it was different beforehand. What is your favorite year of Madden? If you had is it the first year you played the game with your brother? Is it the year that you played and were in the game the first time, or is it today, or something in between?
Man, when I was a player, not a football player, a Madden player back in the day when I was younger, the games on the Generation 2 consoles, the PlayStation 2, excuse me, those were kind of my favorite games. And I think it was just because the franchise mode at the time was very appealing to me, the way that you built the team. And also because when you're a kid that age, you kind of have a lot of time to play video games. So you get this nostalgic feeling as you grow up about those games. So those were kind of my favorite series of Maddens. Present day is the most recent one. I think Madden 15, not only because I have the ability to work on the game, but because of the drastic jump in quality that we took from Madden 25 to Madden 15 was kind of unprecedented around here. And so that one kind of holds a special place as well.
I love it, and I really, I have to agree that the old school games, like when you're a kid, you bond with it. For some reason, I still love NHL '94, not only because the Rangers won the Cup that year, but it just, I think it was the first year I really was 100% hooked on the game and couldn't stop playing. I don't know what year I fell in love with Madden, but I would say it's probably like '92. And that's probably when whatever it is, that's the one I love the most. Although I agree, every year I'm like, I can't wait for the new Madden, and I get so excited. Do you play on all consoles, or do you have a console of choice?
At home, I have a PlayStation 4, but at work, I test on all consoles.
Nice. And you know what's amazing, I think, and this is a testament to the game, is that not only do you do this at work, but then you go home and play the game for fun, I'm sure with friends and stuff. It seems like it's so much fun to work there. I'm glad that you're there and you're doing well. I look forward to getting a whole lot more insights for you as we move forward with Be Terrific and have you on as a regular. What's going on in your life? And you got a dog? You got a significant other going? What's going on?
Yeah, I do have a dog. I am married, no kids.
Congratulations, man. That's great.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been married almost 7 months now, so still kind of a newlywed. But the best part about it is in my line of work, if I want to go play video games for a while, I just tell my wife, leave me alone, I'm working.
That is so amazing. I can't imagine that. That's what I got to, you know what? I think that the next time we do an interview, I'm going to tell my wife, look, I've got to go prepare for the interview now. I could do that for like weeks as we lead up to it.
Yeah, that's right.
How mainstream have video games become? Do you get surprised by this? I mean, even in House of Cards, the lead character played by Kevin Spacey, Francis, who's a congressman who winds up becoming the president of the United States. I guess that's a spoiler right there if you don't know that, if you haven't watched it yet. He goes vice president, then president. He plays video games to decompress, and one of the big scenes when he becomes vice president is that he can't connect to the, I think he plays Xbox, and I can't remember, though, is he can't connect to the network because they now, as he becomes vice president, put more restraints on his internet connectivity. But, I mean, how mainstream have video games become that realistically we're talking about what a sitting president that decompresses playing video games, fictitiously, but still, like, that's a major series.
Yeah, I think they've become part of the mainstream and will only grow. And I can think of a couple of examples of this. The first, which always cracks me up, is when I'm watching a football game or watching Sports Center or whatever, and someone makes a spin move or a truck move or whatever, and they say, "Oh, it looks like you hit the B button." You know exactly what they're talking about because everyone knows that the B button is the spin button in Madden.
Yes.
And secondly, to go away from our game a little bit, is Grand Theft Auto 5, a game for kind of a more mature audience, granted, but that game sold more units than any production of all time, and that's including movies, music. It had the number one sales of all time for an entertainment entity.
Pretty amazing. Have you gone to any of these gaming? I don't want to say conventions because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about competitions. I think I was at like one of the first ones. I did live coverage of Microsoft's Xbox launch, the original Xbox launch, and they did a competition. They had a line around the block, and whoever won won a Ford. It was a Ford pickup truck and like $25,000 in cash. And the line in New York City was around the block. It was unbelievable. And I went, wow, this is legit. And now you're talking about, we just saw at Comic-Con, we interviewed The Rise of the Esports Stars. It's a documentary. And, I mean, they're filling stadiums like they would to watch you play football or, this is global. I mean, like they would to watch a freaking football team like Barcelona or Chelsea United or a football team here or a hockey team or a basketball team. They're filling huge stadiums to watch people play video games. Have you been to one of those competitions, and does it blow your mind?
I have not been to any. I've heard about them. Obviously, I know about a lot of them. Haven't been to one in person. I think what blows my mind more is that colleges are starting to give full-ride scholarships to video game players.
No way. Are they really? I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. Colleges now have video game teams, and they go to these events, these tournaments, and they're giving scholarships for that now.
You know what? My sister-in-law, Ellie, is a professor at the University of Arizona. She's a law professor there. Her son, Daniel, is my nephew. He's an amazing kid. He's ranked in the top 10,000 on FIFA, which I believe is an EA title as well. Yep. And she, in the top 10,000 in the world, this blows my mind, she wants him to stop playing video games so he can get a college scholarship. I think now I keep saying the kid should play more games. It could actually lead to a scholar. And now I don't know if she's watching today. She could be teaching. I'm going to make sure we send her this episode. She has to be watching this. College scholarships for playing video games. Amazing. Are they forming teams and stuff, or are they just giving scholarships because guys are so good?
No, they're forming teams, and they're actually part of the athletic department at these colleges.
That's brilliant.
There's only a handful of them right now. I can't even remember the universities that are doing it, but there's, a handful of athletic programs that are video games.
Wow. Well, you should call up CSU, your old stomping grounds, Colorado State University. Tell them they got to get with the program.
Yeah, I'd like to do that eventually. That'd be cool.
You could go back and like give a seminar on it or something. What about the future for you at EA? I mean, I imagine you look at this as a career, right? You're not going to go coach football or do something else or be in the broadcast booth. This is something you're passionate about. This is something that you see as a career, right?
Yeah, it's my career right now. I don't have any, future plans at the moment. I'm just kind of like when I played football, I'm just kind of putting my head down and working, and we'll see where it takes me. And if I end up working here the rest of my life, fantastic. If I end up finding something else I want to do, that door is always open too.
That's pretty awesome. I love it. I think you're doing great things. What do you do to relax other than play video games? You and your new bride.
Just normal stuff, watch movies, eat food, go to sporting events, just normal stuff everyone else does. I try to work out from time to time. That's getting harder and harder. But
hey, and when you have kids, it will get even harder, by the way, finding time to work out. Do you do yoga and stuff?
I don't. I would like to.
Yeah, I think you'd like that one. I like that. I don't do it quite enough, but I like that. And what about movies? What kind of stuff do you like?
We really just kind of go catch all the new releases that come out. Every Friday night we pick out a movie and go watch it at the theater. So whatever's kind of the hot release, that's what we go watch.
I love it. It sounds like a lot of fun, a good way to relax and catch up and spend some time together. Clint, thank you so much for joining us. I love what you're doing with EA, and I think it's phenomenal. Do you have, quickly before I let you go, do you have a prediction on this week's football games? Is there you got the Patriots and the Seahawks. You got the Seahawks in Green Bay, and you got the Patriots and the Colts. Do you have a pick there? Both of these, I mean, all four of these teams are good. I'm not going to tell you what I think until after you tell me, because I don't want to kind of, give you an idea of where I'm leaning.
I think the Patriots are going to beat the Colts by at least 2 scores. I don't see any way that the Colts can stop them on defense.
That's the thing. I agree with you 100%. I think we got – okay, so I agree with you there. I think we got the Patriots in the Super Bowl again, and then you've got the Seahawks and the Packers. Can Aaron Rodgers and his sore calf beat the Seahawks and Russell Wilson? And really, I guess it should be Richard Sherman is who they could beat.
Yeah, I'm with you on the calf with Aaron Rodgers. If he were healthy, I would pick the Packers all day long, but I don't think his legs got enough to deal with the Seahawks at home.
Yeah.
So I'm picking the Seahawks in a close one, and I can't wait to see the matchup with Seattle and New England in the Super Bowl.
I think you've got 2 matchups that are good there. I think the Indianapolis matchup isn't going to be as great with the Patriots. I think that the Green Bay matchup with the Seahawks will be awesome, but it won't be as good as it could be, again, because of Aaron Rodgers and his calf injury. But I think that Super Bowl, if it goes Seahawks-Patriots, would just be unbelievable. I mean, the Patriots have been such a dominant team for so long, and I think that the Seahawks with that defense are so dominant, and you've got basically the most dominant defense against what probably is the most consistent and best, at least, playoff quarterback that we've seen in our lifetimes probably. I mean, Joe Montana was amazing, but Brady's right up there. I don't know. Hey, can you play with Montana in Madden? You can, right? You can go to the Legends.
Yeah, he's in our mode called Madden Ultimate Team, and you can get all kinds of legends. He's one of many. I mean, we have Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders. All those guys are in that mode.
How do you compare the guys like that who played in a different era to guys like today when you're building the game? Are there notes that you tell them and say, hey, Montana's throwing motion was a little different, or his running motion was a little different, or you have to hold him back with his overall number because he wasn't as able to run as, say, an Aaron Rodgers or a Russell Wilson?
Well, so in MUT, we don't really use our realistic rating systems that you would have in all the different other game modes. So in MUT, you could, let's say Richard Sherman, for instance, we have probably a dozen different Richard Sherman cards that you can get in MUT. And they would range anywhere from like a 60s rating as like the rookie beginner Richard Sherman, all the way up to a 99 as the elite Richard Sherman. So we span all of that inside of Ultimate Team. Outside of that, in Play Now and CFM and stuff, that's when our ratings guy comes in, Donnie Moore, and he's the guy that handles all the player ratings and makes sure that they're all scaled appropriately. And obviously, he's the guy that gets a lot of flack from NFL players, but he's been here a long time and he does a good job.
Wow, that's amazing. That is super awesome. I love the way you guys think of all this. You're geniuses. Clint, thank you so much for your time. I really, really, really appreciate it. I know the audience does as well. You've been spectacular. Please be a good friend of the show. Don't be a stranger, because we'd love to have you on all the time. Just be a regular. We'd love to have you on and talk about the game and also talk about life. We'd love to know when things change in your life as well. What a great story, and I like that you made the transition cleanly. You became an intern, and then you got full-time employment about 4 months after that. And I just think it's such a good story, what happened with you and how it's going. And I know that it's because of your perseverance and your sweat equity there, and also your very talented abilities to figure out how to make the gaming the best experience. And thank you guys all at EA for making the game such a great experience for all these years and keep making it better. You don't just sit there and say, it's good. We'll put some new guys out there and call it a day.
Yeah, we appreciate that. I'll definitely send that back to the team for you, and thanks for having me on.
Awesome. You're the best, man. Thank you so much. That's Clint Oldenburg, former NFLer and current EAer, I guess. Thank you so much. We'll catch up with you soon. We'll take a break. We'll be back with a whole lot more on the Michael Artsis Show right after this. Stay with us. At Be Terrific, we do a lot of events and bring you a lot of great coverage. But we need to spread the word about Be Terrific, and you guys do a great job at doing that for us. We really appreciate that. But to do it fully, we need branding. And when we do these events, we need to be able to set up quickly and easily and have a home base, to be able to create a set protect our gear and shield our talent from lights of the event we're in, so we can add our own lighting and hang our cameras. We've teamed up with Easy Up to do that for Comic-Con and going forward. They gave us a great shelter that takes no time to set up and also is toolless. It's phenomenal and it's reasonably priced. So whether you have a production company, a media house, or you want to just sell some products at an event, what you need is an Easy Up top. An Easy Up top is phenomenal. You can do all sorts of branding. You can add side rails like we have. You can add a back wall like we have. And you'll get aerial branding, on the ground branding, and a place to put all your stuff, protect your team, and call home. It's perfect. What you want to do is go to easyup.com. That's easyup.com. Talk to Wayne Dove. He's a sales guy there. He's amazing. He's become a good friend, and he took good care of us. He's the one who got us our tent. They've got great people there, they've got a great team, and they've got a great, rich, storied history. There's no better shelter, there's no faster shelter than Easy Up. It sets up in minutes, it's fire tested and fire rated, and it's fire retardant. They're really, really structurally sound, and they look beautiful. How could you beat that? Oh yeah, I forgot. They're reasonably priced. So that's the kicker. Go to easyup.com. Tell Wayne that Be Terrific sent you. They'll take good care of you, don't worry, and have your company represented well at your next event. And it only takes minutes to set up and break down and then set up again. Look how amazing it looks. I am so excited about this. Thank you, Easy Up.
Hi, my name is Salam, and this is #Cube. It is a touchscreen display that wirelessly streams all my social media feeds. It is perfect for sharing with my friends and family and also saving my favorite photos so I can take the #Cube about anywhere. Well, who would want the #Cube? Well, just about everyone. Instagram lovers, photographers, foodies, parents, grandparents, pet lovers, fashionistas, beauty buffs, art lovers, travelers. Really, the story is this. Whatever you're into, #Cube brings it to you on a beautiful screen that you can share with family and friends everywhere. #Cube is available now, so order yours today using the link below, and don't forget to pick one up for your friends and family as well.
Introducing a portable, solar-powered charging solution that moves at the speed of life. Family vacations, long road trips, in the airport, around campus, on the trail, the lake, or the links. The Duoflex puts the power of the sun in the palm of your hand. With a removable battery pack, dual configuration, and a weather-resistant, rugged design, the Duoflex fits every lifestyle and every activity. Freedom to live, to move, to play, to be fully charged.
Welcome back to the Michael Artsis Show. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm wearing Toki Doki. I love this stuff. Here's the Toki Doki hat. We keep it on set. We have tons of this stuff. You know, I wear it from time to time. I thought it was really appropriate for the video gaming segment. It looks cool. I don't look good in any t-shirts. The Be Terrific t-shirt and the Toki Doki stuff, that's about it. And I love their hats. They're so cool. So we got to give a shout out to Toki Doki. You got to check them out. TOKIDOKI. We love them. And Veronica, she's amazing, but the designs are awesome. My son Jack loves all their shirts too. He goes nuts when I wear them. So thought we'd sport them today, or I'd sport them today. You know, got to keep it fresh and stuff. Also, I've got my Be Terrific red sneakers on, which you can't see. Clint Oldenburg was amazing. What a great guest. What great insight into the EA Sports world. Pete, what did you think of the stuff he was telling us about EA Sports? You and I have both played Madden our whole lives, but the level of detail that they put into making those games is unbelievable, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, it's like watching a real game now. People simulate all the playoffs and stuff on it, and it's amazing.
It really is. I really like it, and I think it's amazing where they're taking the game. I love that people can get college scholarships now, and they're making it, part of the athletic departments, and the schools are having teams and everything. It's just amazing what's going on.
Yeah, I actually saw something on TV about that. It might have been HBO. Yeah, they're giving scholarships. It's like they're like regular athletes. They like when they have their pep rallies and stuff, or whatever they call, when they're all in the auditorium.
Yeah.
Gathering, for things. They all just they come out like athletes.
Yes, it's pretty amazing. Well, Rise of the Esports Stars, I think it was All Stars. Rise of the Esports Stars or All Stars. I'm going to see if I can find it on iTunes real quick while we're talking. But that's a legitimate movie that they're making, or that they made, a documentary on this stuff. And it was amazing watching that.
So what's great? That they eliminated all the cheats that people used to do. So now it's just competitive, real play.
I like that, but on the other hand, I like being able to back, up, down, right, left, select, start, do all sorts of stuff. But I guess that's very true. I mean, it is better when you eliminate all that stuff. I am trying to find, the New York Times wrote an article about them. And I don't know where this film is available now. I guess check Netflix. Just look for it. Rise of the Esports. Maybe it was Esport Legends. Was that it? Rise. We have it on DVD of the Esports. Let's see if it's Legends. Just great stuff. And it shows you that they come out like real freaking athletes and stuff. It's unbelievable. I don't know. You got to search for it. It's got to be on Netflix or something. I can't find it anywhere online, but we have it. I'll find it. I'll dig it up, and tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about it. Super cool. I love what they're doing over there, and I thought it was great that Clint came on and gave us a lot of insight. That was cool. We'll have to have him on again soon as well.
You should definitely get your nephew to play more so he can get a scholarship.
I want to get him as an intern there. I mean, but yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my sister-in-law this episode and tell her she's got to watch and she's got to see, because, he was around for the holidays, and, we had this whole conversation, and I kept saying, look, there's many opportunities in video gaming. He could be a professional video gamer. He could write video games. He could code video games. He could be a tester. He could help develop the games. All this opportunity, but parents especially, still don't see video gaming as a career path, and I think that that's a mistake. And so, this is the one thing he's really passionate about, and they want him to play less video games. So I would love to make an introduction to help him. I mean, he was our intern last summer. He's going to come back and be our intern again. That's great. He loves what we're doing, and he does a great job. But I think that that's a whole different world, and if he's super passionate about that, that's where he needs to be, or at least focus on it. And literally, no joke, he's in the top 10,000 in the entire world in FIFA. I think that that's pretty awesome. That's pretty unbelievable. I don't think the best I've ever been in a video game is top 77,000, like top 80,000 almost.
I think it's the Rise of the Esports Hero. Is that it?
Rise of the Esports Hero. I'm going to Google that real quick. Rise of the Esports Hero. Let's check it out. Pete, let's get a camera shot on you. They've got a Facebook. I think that's it. Rise of the Esports Hero. They've got an IMDb. And it's super cool. You should, bring that up real quick. There you go. And they've got a Facebook page, which I'm on now. And they talk about the 2600 Atari cartridges being dug up and all sorts of other stuff. We interviewed them. What a great story. We should have them on again. I think that's just...
What was it, Comic-Con?
Yeah. And I'm going to see if we can find this in the iTunes store. Rise of the Esport Hero. You got to Google this. It's truly amazing. It's not in the iTunes store, but I imagine it's going to be on Netflix or something. You got to find it somewhere. It's definitely available. You know, it's definitely available. Let's see if it's on Amazon real quick. By the way, I was wrong. Madden is not available for streaming on the game console Fire TV yet, and Esports Hero is not on Amazon. I don't know. Maybe Netflix. Got to find it somewhere. Just check out their Facebook page. You can find out more. It's just the idea is amazing that these guys are able to do this. I think it's fun. It's just fun. I mean, I guess I don't understand the idea of sitting around watching the gaming, but I certainly understand playing the gaming, and I think that that's pretty cool. I know it was on the Shaw Cable Network on Slice a while ago because they have that up on their Facebook page. So anyway, I wish I was that good at something to be a professional athlete or a professional e-athlete, right? They're calling it. I mean, I think to me it's kind of weird. I know these guys are training and they're doing all sorts of stuff, but to me it's weird to call them athletes. But if you see in that interview, their coaches make them work out and get up and get active and get mobile. So that's all good stuff, and that's really important too. You could check out that interview, by the way, on our site, beterrific.com. It's got to be in the archives. I'll actually look as we're talking about that. But I think it's pretty cool. I like it all. And what was your favorite interview from CES, by the way? My favorite, I think, was, there were a lot of really good ones, but might be the Polaroid Social-Matic was a good interview. Also, Mad Cats, we had them on. That was a cool interview. There were so many good ones. I mean, Kaya Jones was amazing from the Pussycat Dolls. I just think we had a lot of great stuff. Pete, what was yours?
There's too many. I can't pick one.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't pick one? Just one?
No.
Wow. All right, so it looks like we didn't ever put up the Rise of the Esports Stars interview, hero interview.
Let's get on it.
Yeah, let's get on it. Where's Adam Holtz? Get Adam Holtz in here right now. Can we get Adam on camera? Let's see a shot of you, first of all. We can't even get you on camera. Let's see your camera shot. There you go. There's Peter Poon. And maybe we can get Adam Holtz on and talk about Rise of the Esports hero. Oh. You cut back to me at a perfect time right when I sneeze. Sometimes it's just unavoidable. Completely unprofessional, but sometimes it's just unavoidable. Well, there you go. I had an unprofessional moment on camera. Finally, it only took, 20 years, something like that. Anyway, I am so excited about having Clint on, EA, and hopefully we'll get some games in here and we'll start doing some gaming reviews. We got to get a gamer to do like a gaming show. We have to get on that. Holtz, get on that.
Your nephew.
My nephew, he would be great, except he talks as much as Holtz. So, I don't think we want him on camera yet. But he's welcome to do it if he would do it or wants to do it. We definitely have to get some gaming stuff on, though, on Be Terrific. Pete, it's been frigid here on the East Coast. Really, really cold. It is. I found it like so hard to get amped up every day now. It's like I think I don't like winter anymore.
It's hard to get out of bed.
It is, seriously. Do you think it's the CES hangover that we basically have from working so hard and then coming back? Adam and I were talking about this at lunch, actually. Is it like this CES crazy hangover, or is it just that it's freezing cold? My place is so cold. It's unbelievable. I think we got to move somewhere warm.
Yeah, let's do it.
You're not going anywhere. I'd love to go somewhere warm. We're not going anywhere. What if we could just move the entire Be Terrific operation somewhere warm? No?
Yeah, all right, I'm in.
You're in?
Sure.
Really? All right. I might have to work on that. I think I'm not set out for. I used to be such a cold weather guy. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's that we travel so much that when we get back to the cold, it's like the worst. It's kind of depressing. Like, it's hard to jack yourself up. I think that all you guys go through that too. I hope that you don't. I want you to be like super positive in the winter and even in the cold weather. But it is hard to get out of bed. So just think, if you get out of bed and you get to your desk or you get to your phone, well, you could watch us in bed, I guess. But hey, think you could watch at 4 o'clock and be part of this awesome show if you get out of bed. And if you don't, you could also watch us, which is super cool as well. Right?
That's right.
What do you think about this NFL matchup? We talked a little bit about it. I really think it's going to be Seahawks-Patriots, which if I think that means that it's going to be probably Colts and Green Bay.
The Seahawks look really good. Their defense is just so fast.
Can anybody beat that defense? I think if somebody can do it, it's the Patriots. And the Patriots don't have the Giants this year to contend with, so
that's right. So
they might actually be able to win a Super Bowl.
They have to win now.
Yeah.
It's the only time they can win if they're not playing against the Giants.
Do you see any way that if the Patriots get there, Richard Sherman shuts them down? I mean, he could, but on the other hand,
that defense they hit so hard.
I know. It really reminds me that defense still wins championships. We got to get Fugit on. When's his regular spot? Gene Fugit. I'm going to send him a message right now.
Gene. He was on a couple of weeks ago.
I know. He wants to do a regular spot. There you go. Can you do it tomorrow? Sorry for the late notice.
Gene's the man.
There you go.
What did he play for? The Redskins and the Cowboys, right?
Yes.
And he predicted the Cowboys.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk to him about that when he comes on. That was not a good prediction. I didn't like that at the time. I thought that was a homer prediction. That was like, I want it to be the Cowboys so much. We're all about being positive here, but, you know, come on. We got to call you out when you're not. You know?
They had a chance.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I never thought they had a chance. And that's not about being positive or negative. That's just about reality. We're talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah, well, I understand, but they did pretty good this year.
They did.
They didn't have their usual September slump or December slump.
Yeah, they had it in January, which is a lot worse.
At least they got there.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have a whole lot more on the Michael Artsis Show. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back right after this. At Be Terrific, we do a lot of events and bring you a lot of great coverage. But we need to spread the word about Be Terrific, and you guys do a great job of doing that for us. We really appreciate that. But to do it fully, we need branding. And when we do these events, we need to be able to set up quickly and easily and have a home base, to be able to create a set, protect our gear, and shield our talent from lights of the event we're in, so we can add our own lighting and hang our cameras. We've teamed up with Easy Up to do that for Comic-Con and going forward. They gave us a great shelter that takes no time to set up and also is toolless. It's phenomenal and it's reasonably priced. So whether you have a production company, a media house, or you want to just sell some products at an event, what you need is an Easy Up top. An Easy Up top is phenomenal. You can do all sorts of branding. You can add side rails like we have. You can add a back wall like we have. And you'll get aerial branding, on the ground branding, and a place to put all your stuff, protect your team, and call home. It's perfect. What you want to do is go to easyup.com. That's easyup.com. Talk to Wayne Dove. He's a sales guy there. He's amazing. He's become a good friend, and he took good care of us. He's the one who got us our tent. They've got great people there, they've got a great team, and they've got a great, rich, storied history. There's no better shelter, there's no faster shelter than Easy Up. It sets up in minutes, it's fire tested and fire rated, and it's fire retardant. They're really, really structurally sound, and they look beautiful. How could you beat that? Oh yeah, I forgot. They're reasonably priced. So that's the kicker. Go to easyup.com. Tell Wayne that Be Terrific sent you. They'll take good care of you, don't worry, and have your company represented well at your next event. And it only takes minutes to set up and break down and then set up again. Look how amazing it looks. I am so excited about this. Thank you, Easy Up.
Hi, my name is Salam, and this is #Cube. It is a touchscreen display that wirelessly streams all my social media feeds. It is perfect for sharing with my friends and family and also saving my favorite photos so I can take the #Cube about anywhere. Well, who would want the #Cube? Well, just about everyone. Instagram lovers, photographers, foodies, parents, grandparents, pet lovers, fashionistas, beauty buffs, art lovers, travelers. Really, the story is this. Whatever you're into, #Cube brings it to you on a beautiful screen that you can share with family and friends everywhere. #Cube is available now, so order yours today using the link below, and don't forget to pick one up for your friends and family as well.
Introducing a portable, solar-powered charging solution that moves at the speed of life. Family vacations, long road trips, in the airport, around campus, on the trail, the lake, or the links. The Duoflex puts the power of the sun in the palm of your hand. With a removable battery pack, dual configuration, and a weather-resistant, rugged design, the Duoflex fits every lifestyle and every activity. Freedom to live, to move, to play, to be fully charged.
Be terrific.
Welcome back to the Michael Artsis Show. Welcome back to the Michael Artsis Show. Look at that. We almost went back to commercial. Hey, I want to tell you different ways you can connect with us. First of all, you can email us, connect@beterrific.com. Second of all, you can hit us up on Twitter and Instagram @BeTerricTV. You can also send photos to our on-set digital wireless photo frame. It's called the #Cube. You can do that by uploading them to Instagram and putting in the #BeTerricTV stage. In addition to that, you can go to our IRC chat underneath our video player on beterrific.com/live and join the conversation live in real time. Send us feedback and all sorts of other stuff. We'll also be introducing ways for you to get involved in the broadcast by Skyping and calling in, all sorts of stuff in 2015. We have a lot of other shows for you to add in 2015. You can download our app.beterrific.com, which we'd love you to do, and engage with us there. You can watch us live and, of course, get all of our archive content as well. Don't forget about going to beterrific.com and our Facebook page, facebook.com/beterrictv. So we had a fun show today. I think Clint Oldenburg was on. He's now with EA Sports, former NFL player. Seems to have made the transition from the NFL to the private sector very, very well. He's a designer for the Madden series of games, which is awesome. And he told us a lot of insight and interesting stuff that goes on behind the scenes. I think it's hard to pick plays on Madden at this point. They've become so realistic. I'm not really sure the best way to pick them anymore. I certainly don't play against other people remotely, but I think that's pretty cool, like hooking up to the internet and playing through the PlayStation Network or Xbox's network. I know that I think Madden makes the best football games, and it's one of my favorite games ever to begin with. So it's really cool to have Clint on. I thought he looked great. Didn't you think he looked great, Pete? You remember doing stuff with him back at the Hawaiian Tropic Zone in the press pass days, right?
Yeah, he looked slim.
He really did. He was like, oh, I need to lose more weight. I was like, hey, man, you look great. Just got married. I thought that was pretty cool. And also told us that, playing video games could be a profession. Not only a profession, but a ride to college.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy to me.
I wish I was around when I was going to college.
You think you would have been good enough?
Well, back then it was only 3 buttons, so...
But still, that's the thing that the internet has showed us, really, is...
The thing is, now, you really have to know how to play the games and the plays.
Yeah. How come you don't pull up your camera when you're on? I noticed that it's on my camera still, like I'm listening and you're not anywhere to be seen.
It's a little weird to be pulling up my own camera.
What do you mean it's a little weird to be pulling up your own camera? I mean, it's a little weird to be looking at me while you're talking.
It's all right.
So I'm just listening. You're going to be, this is like, you're going to be the producer of Live with Regis and Michael. With Kelly and Michael, who's off camera most of the time, instead of actually being the guy on camera.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I don't like that. Gelman is on camera a lot now. He didn't used to be.
Gilliman was always on camera, wasn't he?
No, in the beginning they kept him off camera, and from time to time they talked to him without being on camera. You know?
Yeah. I haven't watched the show in a while.
You're just camera shy.
It's hard to concentrate talking and pressing buttons. One button.
You only have one button to press. Your camera and mine.
I need to concentrate.
You're so full of it. You are so full of it. It's so easy. Put your camera up. I want everybody to see how hard it is to put your camera up. All right. See, he pressed one button. Now come back to me.
Well, I'm not talking, so, I could concentrate.
What do you mean I'm typing and talking before?
Well, you can multitask.
You can multitask, too.
Yeah.
I love it, Pete. I love you, Pete. You're amazing. You're a great guy. You know that? When are we getting Tina in here, by the way?
I don't know. I got to talk to her about that.
Yeah, we're going to find out. I mean, you're the producer of the show. It shouldn't be that hard for her to get booked.
Yeah, we'll see.
When the host wants a guest booked and the guest wants to be booked and the producer knows the guest because it's his sister, it should be pretty easy to make it happen, right? Or
it's
is
not.
it?
She's got rehab and stuff. I actually asked her about tomorrow, but she's got to go into rehab.
She's going. How often is she going?
Pretty often.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get the whole story from her. I get that. We had a guest cancel for tomorrow, did we not? Postpone, yes. I should say.
Yeah, postpone.
Postpone. A really important shoot came up for the young actress and model, and I think that we said, hey, it's all good. Go do that. Like, I would never stop anybody from that.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know?
She'll be on.
Oh, everybody's going to be excited when she's on, too. I know that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. The guys especially.
Yeah, but she's a nice girl, and she knows her stuff about cars, too.
Yeah, you'll have a ball. You love the cars.
Oh, my God. I could talk cars all day. Yeah, I mean, we could talk. The amazing thing is I could talk, like, cars, tech. I could talk business. I love just great stories, but I love cars. I could literally talk cars all day.
Well, it's great the ladies are getting into all this stuff, too. Like
Yeah.
Kaya at CES. She was all about tech.
Yeah, she was all about tech. I was shocked. I thought she was just there promoting her DJing, but she really was into it.
Kaya Jones.
She's awesome.
Pussycat Dolls.
We were texting last night. I probably shouldn't say that. I was like, "Hey, I just wanted to thank you for coming on." She's like, okay, thank you for having me. You guys are awesome. And we were just texting for a few minutes. I told her she's got to be a regular.
Let's do it.
Yeah. She's pretty awesome, though. So we've got a lot of guests coming up next week, too, don't we?
Yeah, I think so. I got to look at the schedule.
Yeah, you don't even remember off the top of your head, do you?
No.
It's hard producing a show.
I can't even press one button. Leave me alone.
But yet you were telling us before that when it was 3 buttons on the game controller, you were pretty good.
That's playing games.
We've got the Neo Geo back there. What have we played it once? Adam brought that in?
Yeah.
Do you like the Neo Geo? It was supposed to be the state-of-the-art system when it came out. And, it's now, 10, 15 years later. It was $3,000 brand new. It's like you can buy them online for $100. I kind of think it's cool. It's retro cool, but it's kind of like archaic.
Retro cool is Nintendo.
Yeah, that's true.
Old school Nintendo.
But this is...
We've played it like once, and now he's talking about bringing in the Wii, the whatever.
I don't want the Wii in here. The Wii's okay, but it's not great. I want like a Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, and I want to try game streaming. I want like a Steam or one of these Fire TV boxes with the controllers. I want to get the Mad Catz controller hooked up. I really like playing on my phone. I like airplaying it to my TV.
That controller is ridiculous.
But they've got their own box.
It's like a transformer.
I know, that thing was amazing.
It's up, I think, the store. People should go look at it.
Yeah, it is. It is up, and it's on BeTerrific.com /CES 2015. You can also go to YouTube.com /BeTerrificTV. I've got to send them that interview and tell them they've got to send us they've got a game player, a box. So they've got to send us that and 2 controllers. 3 controllers, one I can take home and play with my phone. I have to get an Android for that thing, though.
That controller's crazy. It's it's a transformer.
It's so crazy. I was actually on the plane looking at how much like a Nexus would be.
That's pretty crazy for you, man.
I really don't want an Android. Can't they just make it work with iPhone, please? We got to talk to Alex at Mad Catz. He's got to make it work. Apple, please. Like, we want a game on our phones. You made AirPlay so we can play the game from our phone on the TV. Give me the ability to use a real controller. I don't want to use my phone screen. I got to clean. That reminds me, I got to clean my phone screen. Have you done it since we got Whoosh?
No.
I mean, they totally hooked us up with like 10 bottles of Whoosh, and I haven't cleaned mine either.
Is that story up?
I don't know. We got to talk to Adam. Adam is the post-production guy. He takes care of everything post-production. He takes care of getting the stories up, making our shows, making our bumpers, all that stuff. And we got to talk to him about it.
Yeah,
You know what we got to get? We got to get a hotline in there. I want to be able to talk to him
You know,
without
he
him having to
probably
come in.
doesn't want that story up because his stuff was so dirty.
That's probably true.
Remember?
Oh my God.
Explain to them what
Hold on.
happened. Explain to
So,
them.
so you got to watch this story if you haven't seen it. Go to youtube.com/BeTerrificTV or our YouTube page. Or BeTerrific.com. And let's see. I think Whoosh is actually up here. And so basically the guy from Whoosh came on. Yeah, here we go. And he's got this amazing screen cleaner. But what he wanted to show us is that we should be cleaning our screen as much as we plug in our phone and charge it. So like once or twice a day, right? And you know, we lend our phones out to people. We get our hands dirty, then we touch our phone, then put it to our face, all that stuff. I'm a germaphobe, and Adam's phone was like off the charts. Not quite as bad as the guy from Whoosh, but pretty freaking bad. Then, you know, the guy from Whoosh.
Explain how they did it.
Oh no, they come out with the scientific tester thing, and they swab it like they were, you know, like we're on CSI. I want one of those so bad. What I was thinking about it. I want one, Pete, but I'm so afraid of getting one because I literally
You'll be cleaning all the time.
I literally won't go near anybody or anything. I'll be like, look, it's great. I'd love to shake your hand.
Before we shake hands, hold on. Let me swab you and see how much germs you have.
When do you think when we do a show like that or we have in-studio guests, it would be completely wrong to swab people's hands to see if they are clean enough to shake my hand?
Yeah, I think so.
That would be awkward?
Yeah.
What if I made Chris do that? If I made that part of Chris's job as being a producer on location and welcoming them onto the show, here, you got to take a hand swab. Would that be odd?
I don't think Chris would like that.
I could take up Letterman's idea, which is nobody touches Letterman. What if I did that?
You could do that.
I mean, Adam's phone was so dirty.
You could do like Howie and do the fist bump.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm taking up the fist bump. You can fist bump everybody. Why do we shake hands? Our hands are filthy. You know, even me, like I'll work in the studio here and then I'll shake, somebody will walk in, I'll shake their hand. They don't know, you know, I just been cleaning the floor or something.
Yeah, we go downstairs and play football. I mean, how dirty is the floor at the warehouse? And then, you know, we come back up and work.
Meanwhile, I love that after the show we play football, which, by the way, it's good exercise, but I love that we do it. Like, I'm super excited for when the show ends every day, we decompress by having a meeting over throwing football. It's just awesome. It's a great...
And baseball.
And a baseball, yeah.
We've lost one.
I feel like my arms are getting better, though. My arm used to be good, then I injured it. Now it seems like it's getting better. I want to be ready for Jack when he's old enough. But seriously, I feel like the thing we missed and we should have talked to him about, and he maybe needs to make, what about keyboard cleaner?
Yeah.
I mean, how many times will somebody sit at my desk and touch my keyboard?
Well, can you use the Whoosh to...
I don't know. We got to get this guy back on the line.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're going to have to talk to him about cleaning keyboards. I got to find out where to get one of those devices. And, all right, we're not going to make...
called Amazon.
We're not going to make our guests be swabbed before they come on.
I think that's a good idea.
But I would say that if you're dating a lot, you should probably get one to swab your dates. If you know what? That should come with your Match.com account.
Oh, my God. I thought you were going to say something else.
I'm glad that you did, and I'm glad that I didn't. Yeah. All right. Anyway, we're happy to have the Whoosh stuff. You got to check out the Whoosh segment. A lot of great segments from CES. We're getting a lot of great feedback from you guys. So thank you for watching, and thank you for keeping the feedback coming. I'm Michael Artsis. We'll have a whole new episode tomorrow, so we'll see you at 4 p.m. Don't forget, you can check out all the archives on BeTerrific.com. For everyone at Be Terrific, including the amazing Peter Poon, I'm Michael Artsis. Be terrific.